Welcome to GOlive TV, the future in your hands. The only multicultural IPTV station that brings communities together. Over 2.7 million people have already watched. GOlive TV, anytime, anywhere.
This is my first program named Constructive Talks. The world is changing in many different areas. This program will deal with the new visionary trends such as architecture, urbanism, and real estate. We'll look into many projects in the world, new cities, new urbanism, and we'll try to define what is a happy city and what is a modern city for the citizens of the world. We're going to show you now a video of Nusantara, the new capital of Indonesia, a capital that will be replacing Jakarta. And here is the video.
Indonesia's new capital city aims to become the world-class city for all. It will be constructed on 256,000 hectares of land in East Kalimantan, a strategic and geographical center of Indonesia. A new sustainable innovation center that will create a tri-city ecosystem. A globally connected and locally integrated super hub that will drive economic growth and strengthen domestic value throughout Indonesia. We are committed to building the new capital in the most sustainable way. A city that embodies identity, socio-cultural character, and the uniqueness of our nation. The wheels of our future economic growth, which is accelerated by innovative clusters. The center for all roles: government, business, education, offices, industry, agriculture, research, and ecotourism, and other supporting sectors. And in its core, we are laying the foundation to reimagine the capital city. By designing a 10-minute city that connects people to destinations and facilitates access to mobility. By fulfilling 100% of future renewable energy needs. By building smart and sustainable homes, workspaces or streetscapes. By building a resilient, circular water and waste management system. By utilizing technology-based telecommunication and information. By developing a green and smart government area centre designed to be sustainable and walkable. The new capital is projected to have a population of 1.7 to 1.9 million people in 2045. Some stages of the development are still in progress. But we believe we'll achieve our goals to become a city where the communities and nature thrive, to be the world's leading city for innovation and livability. Indonesia, a world-class city for all. Reimagine new capital city. Reimagine Indonesia.
Fascinating video of the new capital of Jakarta. We are pleased to have with us today, directly from Jakarta, Mr. Rusmin Loin, who is going to discuss this new capital of Indonesia. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Dr. Souza. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. I'm honored to be here. It's a very interesting city with a totally green environment in Toronto. I've been here since the last 15 years. So thank you for inviting me here today.
It is indeed a great project, and I'd like to find out more about the project in terms of the area, in terms of the cost of building such a city, and what are the challenges that are facing the Indonesian government to achieve this project. And particularly, I'd like to find out your role and your commitment to promote Nusantara.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Souza. Actually, this is very challenging and visionary champion program of President Joko Widodo. It is not a new idea, but it was sometime idea during President Sukarno. But only President Jokowi dare to take this challenge to create a visionary of Indonesia, the future of Indonesia, Nusantara, new capital city located in East Kalimantan in Borneo with 256,000 hectares. But the good thing is we only developed 25% of it. So you don't have to worry that we are going to cut a tree, okay?
You told me during one of the meetings that you have a great plan of planting 1 million trees in Borneo.
Yeah,
that sounds exciting.
It's just an idea that we discussed, but it has to be submitted to the minister and also president. But the message is that we are not going to damage the environment. We are going anything that comply to ESG and also SDG goals that refer from UN Habitat today. So it's going to be green and sustainable, smart, resilient, and also, of course, environmental friendly, and also functional. Yeah.
I am aware that you care for nature, for wildlife,
Yeah.
for the insects, for the orangutans.
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about your involvement and how are you going to make life happier for
Yeah.
this kind of
This
life?
is very interesting questions. Surprisingly, I found when I arrived here, I found there's a lot of intention of Canadian society about Indonesian, especially the forest. That's why I'm here. I want to learn A from Z how Canadians, government and also stakeholders, NGO, address this forest issue because I can see that Canadians' timbers industry is one of the biggest. The industry is still going, but it is green and sustainable in Canada. That's why I'm here to learn. And also during my visit these 3 days, I found there are one society named Canadians Orangutan Society. We met Dr. From the University of York. It's very interesting, and also some society that care about indigenous women in Kalimantan.
Your concern about the indigenous peoples in Borneo is very attractive to me, as you are concerned about the life and the happiness of everyone in harmony with nature. But now that you are here, I'd like to know more about you. I heard you received a special award in Dubai recently.
Yeah. Before the award, I want to highlight that President's order and principle is the presence of the project of university must be benefit to the local people, local economy, and also nationwide and also globally. Because we are going to create another growth economies center. With Malaysia and Borneo, you can see that there will be a new epicenter of economy, right?
Fantastic.
So yeah, back to the award that for the last 2 years that I been traveling to promote Nusantara New Capital City, helping my mentor minister of national development planning, Mr. Souza Alfa, because President assigned Ministry of Bapenas to lead this project before the new authority was created. Okay, so we're going to do roadshow to US, to Europe, and at the end we stopped by to Dubai. Because personally I know Dubai because I'm involved in FIAPSI, the International Race Federations. I'm currently president of Asia Pacific. That's why I know Dubai very well. Dubai is one of the hub of economy and also finance that we can meet a lot of investors. Then I play a role that connecting my governments to Dubai governments and also the stakeholders and also the developers, local, the big shot there. That's why my activities catch the attention of the CEO club that they want me to get the award.
Can we show again the picture in Dubai so that you could explain to us what kind of event was that? And
yeah, it's the Bush Award by CEO Club. CEO Club is worldwide CEO Club that actively identify the talents from worldwide. It was in Miami last year, I think, and next year will be in Asia again. So this was in Dubai recently. That I'm awarded as one of the top leaders in Asia in the real estate sector.
That's a big award. I'd like to congratulate you for that.
Yeah,
and my question now regards the economics of this project. How much will it cost? And if there are opportunities for international investors to invest in the development of this great city.
Thank you, Dr. Souza. It's very interesting multi-billion question actually. This project was 33 billion USD, okay? But it's going to be 25 years project because we are building a city. But it's going to be funded by government only 20%. Government only provide basic infrastructures, then the rest will be the play zone that open for any kind of investor, domestically, globally. You are invited to take part of this project. It's going to be a 6 cluster of economy. plus 2 supporting cluster of economy. That's why I'm here also to learn about forest industry from upstream to downstream. I found bioscience, biodiversity park, then the forest must be a functional landscape approach that could be connected to the city, that so the people that living there is still connected to the nature, but without damaging the nature.
That's very rewarding to know that you are so much committed for sustainability. And now we'd like to show a second video about the economics of this project.
To further enhance the development and to promote equitable economic growth in the country, the new national capital city, IKN, will be located in East Kalimantan. East Kalimantan is known as a heterogeneous province where indigenous people and migrators live side by side, forming a culturally rich and harmonious community. The overall synergy aspired to realize the vision of Reimagine Indonesia, enabled by the three-city ecosystem, Samarinda as the heart, IKN as the nerve center, Balikpapan as the muscle, supported by the rest of East Kalimantan as the lungs. The three-city ecosystem vision will be completed by a city design inspired by universal values. Green and sustainable ecosystem, a livable city, built upon local wisdom. This is the site of the new national capital city from the Parliament Hill, with its two main regions, KIPP, the core of the central government area, supported by the National Center for Business and Technology Innovation. IKN's spatial composition is designed as a microcosm of the Indonesian archipelago, adopting nature and water as an integrated part of a city that respects the environment and community. Combining residential and nature concept, the holistic urban planning design of the city exudes the uniqueness of the people and nature in one unity. Pancasila Lake, a lake that represents Indonesia's 5 moral principles, will be located in the middle of the city, along with landmarks that represent the nation's first, all the way to the 5th moral principle. IKN will also have a state palace with the nuance of Garuda, the national emblem that characterizes Indonesia as a great nation and a strong country. The IKN's KPI aspirations are divided into 8 key themes that are universally inspired and locally integrated. Let us look at some examples of special KPIs that will encourage IKN to be a world-class city. IKN will be the first city in the world where people can reach public facilities and transportation nodes in only 10 minutes. IKN is designed to put pedestrian first. Imagine a city where residents can mobilize in an area of 200 hectares without the need for a vehicle. You can conveniently arrive at work, the park, school, shopping center, and worship places in less than 10 minutes. Access to the nearest train station or the nearest bus stop in just 10 minutes. The nature is also within 10 minutes reach to explore. IKN is also designed to become a forest city, a city surrounded by 75% open natural environment. The compact and efficient IKN urban system is built by implementing the Sponge City strategy. Green open spaces are accessible on foot, as the city is built inside a forest with 100% replacement of green areas, providing the residents of IKN a beautiful and natural habitat to live in. IKN aspires to become one of the most livable cities in the world. The city's green and family-friendly nature will invite more people to come and become residents. IKN will implement an integrated economic strategy in the development plan. The development strategy of IKN will create a dynamic city with various areas functioning independently to support the diverse life of the IKN community and to meet the needs of every individual. IKN will be the new economic center for the country, driving Indonesia's new economy with a GDP vision of $180 billion through an economy based on added value and high productivity. Inspired by universal values, IKN will become a world city inhabited by 7 million people that enhances domestic integration and strengthens Indonesia's participation in the international value chains. The new economic center will integrate the country's economy into a strategic, innovative, and resilient economy by developing 6 main economic clusters and 2 supporting clusters to awaken the reimagination of Indonesian economy. IKN Economic Center will boost the growth of economy throughout Indonesia by strengthening domestic value chains and accelerating infrastructure development. For example, a pharmaceutical cluster will involve multiple value chains between East Kalimantan, Java, and other parts of Indonesia.
The Souza was my president's Jokowi pictures. The one that are very visionaries and doing the good job for these two terms. This was the the picture where Excellency President Jokowi announced the relocations of this Nusantara new capital city replacing Jakarta. It was announced in 2019, and the idea came out in 2017. And hopefully I think this October is going to be a groundbreaking of the President Palace. The project has started out. The winner is there and going to be groundbreaking this October.
The description that we saw in the video is very exciting in terms of your goals. Yeah. The goals are for 2045.
Yes.
And the city of Nusantara will be an economic hub in that part of the world. Indonesia has the fortune of having the youngest demographic population in the world. So we can foresee a great future for Indonesia, right?
Yep, I mean, and it was predicted by PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, that it is going to be the big 5 country by 2050, hopefully.
You have had the opportunity of visit Toronto in the past 2 days, and I would like to find out about your feedback, your experience, and if the people you met, and if you are happy with your visit and with Toronto.
Yeah, again, that I carry a very specific mission from my chairman, also 5 chairmen, Mr. Bambang Susantono, and also Mr. Doni Rahayu, the chairman of also 5 chairmen of the Nusantara New Capital City Authority. They challenged me to find the best resources and the best knowledge partner that we can address forest and environmental issue. Because you see that out of 100%, out of 256,000 hectares, we only develop 25%. And we have 75%, as I said, my terminology is a black diamond, where we can create a playground. A playground is kind of Amazon. Who don't know about Borneo? Borneo is something like Amazon of Asia. We can create a platform that can attract talents and also expert and also entrepreneur to be involved in this forest development from upstream to downstream. Could be bioscience, could be biodiversity, could be ecology park, could be
pharmaceuticals,
and could be a certain kind of this industry, but it has to be sustainable and also well addressed. That's why I'm here. I'm learning for Canadian stakeholders, involving governments, how to address this issue, because you are very advanced in forest tree development.
That's very interesting, and I'm sure you have had a great experience with your meetings.
Yes.
You went to University of Toronto, you went to the Rome Museum, you went to the Faculty of Architecture.
Yep.
And we'd like to show some pictures of your encounters. We'll start with Professor.
Yeah, I met yesterday. I met Dr. Patrick James. He's the expert of the ecologist that from University of Toronto. We discussed a lot of interesting ideas that we can do in this Nusantara, and he was happy to be part of it because it's very challenging role. Have like a boys that have a new toy, so it's very challenging for him, and he brings to help us. He has a forest lab that we can do a lot of development and creations. Could be education park, could be a research park, could be of course ecologist park, and also plus entertainment safari, whatever, biking, rally. But it has to be using his technology. It must be a functional landscape approach.
I think you mentioned that during this interview you were discussing the functional landscape approach,
yep.
where a forest can be turned into an area of different activities.
Yes.
Such as sports,
biking, canoeing. If you have lake, a small lake, right? Even this kind of fishing, yeah. Also safari park. A lot of them. A lot of interesting activity we can create there.
And there was also interesting to have mentioned that the opportunity of creating a 100 miles race.
Yes.
In the forest.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yes, we can invite let's say bicycles race society, also maybe the car rally society, because that's very interesting. Who doesn't want to involve in driving and also biking in the middle of the forest of 2,056,000 hectares.
That's very exciting.
And after that, I met anthropology, Professor Kristen Darling from Museum of Rome. Very interesting, but because he has been to Kalimantan and Borneo and Sarawak so many times, many years ago, he did a lot of research about the ants and also insects that we can actually do in anthropology, insects research center actually in this Borneo. We can do also from this Professor Christine Darrens. We can also create something like a global excellent research for primates.
For primates.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd like to show the picture of you and Professor Darling.
Yeah, this is Professor Darling. He showed me a lot of collection of these insects that he found in the Nusantara, actually in the forest of Borneo and also Kalimantan. And some of them even haven't been identified. You see the reach of the nature of this Nusantara.
Yeah, exactly.
It's challenging. We want to make it to challenge those researchers, those investors, those entrepreneurs. If you are not in it, you're not someone. This is my
That's your mantra.
Mantra.
The discussions there with the Professor Darling were very interesting, and it's great to know that he has been to Borneo a few times with many scientists from the Rome Museum.
Yes.
And we are pleased that he is willing to work with you in order to establish the global Department of Excellence for primates research.
I feel that Canada is my auspicious space. Yes, a place that I can connect with people, good people, talented people, and also the people that are willing to work without TNC. People like you, like Professor Darling, James Patrick, Professor Darren as well. Yeah.
We also had a chance to meet Professor Anne Masson. Professor Anne Masson. She's a specialist on orangutans in Borneo. She published many books, and last night she was so excited that you that you care about
this is her that
orangutans and the study of the orangutans, and that Nusantara will consider a special habitat, a center for the study of orangutans. Is that correct?
Yes. So actually we have orangutan from Sumatra, where I was born, and also in Kalimantan or Borneo. So this is orangutan. It's very popular, right? So it's very rare. It's only located in Indonesia and Malaysia. Imagine that. So Professor Anne yesterday telling about what he has been done for the last 20 years with orangutan, Canadian Orangutan Society. They have a lot of this orangutan community with the local help of the people in local. So this is the one of this attention that we have to put note that my president said, minister said, the presence of Nusantara is going to be the benefit to the local economy, especially for indigenous people, and also the habitat and ecosystem in the forest without damaging them. It must be a value economy, value economy oriented, and also green and sustainable.
That's excellent.
So circular economy, blue economy, green economy will be implemented here. Because a lot of ideas could be in Europe and US, but they don't have playground. So I said, welcome to Nusantara. You have the playground here. Please implement your ideas, your thoughts, your theory. We can help you to implement it in the forest, and also risk of this any kind of resources. Okay, like we have a lot of mining, ex-mining. We have to readdress it. We have to clean it up, turn into something, right?
Yes, there are many.
Something benefit and also something useful. That's why we said functional landscape.
Functional landscape. Yeah. And there are mines that are abandoned that need to be recovered.
Yeah, it's another issue. So a lot of things that we can do positively to help the world, to help the nations, to help the people, and also at the same time we can create value added of economy, create jobs, economic creations, economic growth as well. Yeah.
You also had the opportunity to present your greetings in a courtesy visit to the Consul General of Indonesia in Toronto.
We was visiting the Excellency Congen that reporting to her that Madam Dia that we are doing something here, and this is not our first time that we're going to be repeatedly coming, because we found a lot of resources and people that can be a talent and could be a good asset for this Nusantara project.
We'd like to show a picture of you at the consulate of Indonesia in Toronto.
Yeah, this was just yesterday with us, with Excellency Congen, Consul of Economy, and also Consul of this Social and also Communication, and also President of FIAPSI Canada, and also Dr. Souza of advisor to the FIAPSI Canada. We want to connect FIAPSI locally Canada to the Congen that can be bring more energy, more opportunity between Indonesia and Canada economic relationship, especially besides social and also education.
You also had the opportunity to go to the Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh yeah.
We were able to watch a movie.
Yeah,
and
interesting
movie, autobiography, and it is your intention to bring a larger committee of film producers next year.
Yeah, I was lucky that we were invited to the Toronto International Film Festival 2022, and in fact we just invited for the next year. My idea is to challenge my minister to create another Nusantara movie, telling the story, telling to the world how we are going to address the orangutan ecosystem and also indigenous people surrounding this Nusantara project, that we are put them as a priority, as an asset, that we are not going to damage them, but we are utilizing them, give them job, give them feel like a home, feeling themselves like home, and also get benefit of the project. Must be a job creations, creativity must be there.
it is also an opportunity for developing the film industry, to create jobs, to create programs at university,
Yeah, as well as promoting Nusantara.
promoting Nusantara.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I realized that you were discussing mining in Borneo, and that next year, or maybe at the end of this year, you'll be promoting for international mining companies in
Yeah, yeah, I
Indonesia
just-
to come to the
Yeah, I correct. Yes, I just found out that Toronto has the biggest stock exchange for mining, actually, for mining company. And you do a lot of you hold a lot of mining exhibition and also conference here. So my job is in the Kadin, in the Indonesia Chamber of Commerce, national level. My job is have to report to my chairman and also attract more people, bring more corporate company that involved in mining to be listed here. And then of course, do economic and business collaborations with local Canadian company.
Yeah, that sounds excellent. You have worked so hard. You are so committed to this project, and you have met lots of people. You didn't have a chance even to see Toronto. You have not been to the City Hall, not been to
Not this
Queen's
time.
Park, not this time.
Yeah,
So
I have a
you're
special vision
planning-
for my Minister of Nusantara Capital City this time. Yeah.
It means that you are planning to come back for a
Of course,
second
of
time.
course, of course. Of course, we'll come
You-
back with a more proper proposal and also a specific program with the local collaborations, of course, with your help.
Yeah, certainly. And you also discussed other areas of importance in order to promote Nusantara. We are thinking that you could do a public lecture at the Faculty of Architecture,
Yeah.
at the Hart House, and you'd be ready to do that next
Could
time.
be an
you
honor
come.
because we are in FIAPSI, the International Research Federations, is a window of global properties activities and connections, right? Where we can share international knowledge, the world-class experience, and also global business networking. That's FIAPSI.
And you have been traveling the world.
Yes,
you were telling
yes.
me that you've been promoting Nusantara.
Yeah, for the last 2 years. Yeah.
For the last 2 years, you have established connections with the World Bank.
Yeah, yeah. World Bank. I spoke to we approached World Bank. In fact, that I was invited by European Investment Bank from the head of Asia Pacific. They said, Rusmin, we really want to take part of this project, and also Indonesia, especially in the green transportation business, also infrastructures, because for the last 17 years we don't have any project in Indonesia. He said, my boss give me KPI this year. From this year, I want Indonesia, only Indonesia, and we are lucky. Yeah.
And I can now remember one of the discussions we had a few hours ago with regards to indigenous people and the empowerment of indigenous women in Borneo.
Yep.
And you are looking at the Canadian Foreign Affairs policy, feminist
Yes, correct,
policy.
precisely. So one of the area that we are going to, my Minister of National Nusantara, we're going to take care of is priority is empowerment, local empowerment, especially women. So we must locally utilize the local people, especially Indonesian people, to have a better life. Okay, they must have a good jobs, economic value added, and also have of course prosperity at the end by giving them job and also maybe entrepreneurs approach. Yeah, they say we have a lot of workers there. This year I think we will have 10,000 workers start working. So it's going to be cut their hair. So now currently the new capital city's minister is providing the free skills of training them to be a hairdresser for the workers. And also they can be a catering provider, why not? And also we can train them to produce a lot of these accessories, handicraft that we can sell here maybe to Canada. is very of high value, right? Some the Indonesian, the accessories and also handicraft that produced by Indonesian women in Borneo. Very interesting.
Yes, so certainly I will help you doing research on this
Thank you.
government
Policy,
policy and what kind of monies or grants are available.
Yes.
And now I'd like to mention something of interest to me, and that is the number of Indonesian international students studying at Canadian universities. The number of 6,000 has been referred to in one of our meetings. I believe that education is now going to be a
top priority,
a priority of Nusantara, and that you are going to create centers of advancement in artificial intelligence, digital, and education university, perhaps. Is that part of your...
It's our job to socialize this project, because a lot of people outside still don't know what is Nusantara New Capacity Project. So as long as they are well socialized, I think they will support this project. It's our job to, because we have 21,000 Indonesians living in Canada. 6,000 of them are students university, surprisingly.
Yeah, the number is
quite big.
Quite big, and I'm sure there will be opportunities for exchange programs. For
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, that's
a good idea. Let's explore with some local universities. University of Toronto, University of York. Yeah, we can tap into.
So far, we've been discussing these subjects. Has our program states productive talks, and the intention is to discuss the issues and also to enumerate the possibilities. It is sometimes difficult to find solutions if you do not have the right questions.
Yeah.
So it's important to have the right questions in order to find the solutions.
Yeah.
And what questions would you ask? What questions are you thinking to ask next time you come to Toronto?
In terms of economy, I would like to ask your government, are you ready? It's going to be multi-billions questions, because we have a bunch of projects that were waiting for you. I recognize that Indonesian Canadian government is going to sign a cooperative agreement on economic affairs, right? Soon, this month. So it's big umbrella already. If the big umbrella is already created, it's our job as private sectors to fill in with activities, connect to the local players, entrepreneurs, knocking their doors to be part of these corporations.
You're referring to the comprehensive bilateral agreement.
Because G2G is already done. If G2G is done, then it has to be B2B or G2B, right? So if we don't have players, how can we achieve this target?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, we need more players. We need more socializing, communicating with the Chamber of Commerce here, whatever kind of this industry, or also commerce association knocking their doors. Who knows? They have an idea. They have a fund in the pipeline, because I heard the Canadian Pension Fund is also was knocking our government's door. Indonesian's INA is a kind of sovereign wealth funds management to put money. So if you want to involve in this Nusantara project, there are two ways. G2G, through the sovereign wealth fund, INA, Indonesian authority, then also G2B could be directly to Nusantara Capital City Authority to take the project going to tender. It could be connected to the local players like us, like people in Kadin or REI, to be a local partner.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
May I reveal to you that I was doing research about Indonesia in the news in order to prepare for this interview, for this talk.
Yeah.
And I have to confess that I didn't see many items, many articles, many news about Indonesia. So it's essential, I believe, that we bring Indonesia more to the editorials of newspapers and TVs, because there is a lot more to learn about Indonesia. Many Canadians know about Borneo, and specifically Bali. Recently, the G20 met in Bali. So in terms of communications, are you planning to have in Nusantara TV studios, newspaper?
Next trip, I would like to meet the press. I think is very important to give a briefing to them. I don't want them to be misled. We will have to approach them in the first opportunity. First time in the morning, we have to knock their door that we are Nusantara. This is our project. It has to be compliant to 17 SDG goals by UN Habitat. It has to be compliant to green and sustainable paradigm. We have to explain all about this before they will be misled. Misled. Sorry.
So we'll have quite a few years to promote
campaign.
Nusantara. And it is of interest to me to see that you are considering the issues before they happen. That means that in some instances and in some cases, there were projects that were incomplete in terms of the precautions that one has to take 5-10 years after the project has ended. In your particular case, I appreciate that you are looking at administration and urbanization for a new city. But before you start building, you are asking the right questions in order to avoid errors and mistakes in the future. That's your approach towards development, urbanism, real estate, and the innovation that you are.
That's why yesterday we put Professor Anne as our top list to meet her, because I want her to be clearly addressed about what we are going with orangutan community before she will heard from someone else. Maybe that will mislead her, right?
Yes, I think that that was a very important meeting with her with regards to the life and the issue of orangutans. There is also another aspect that I would like to ask you about the coast. So Borneo has a large, vast coast, and what are the plans to develop ports, to develop?
So if you see that the site of this Nusantara is in Sepaku, it's just right between the two big cities, and they are on an old city, not a new city. Even they are old city before the Dutch time, Samarinda and Balikpapan. So this city will support. We're talking about 5 million population. We support this project, we believe, because it will be a buffer zone, economic zones. They can support these activities or project. So we have seaport, and airport in Balikpapan and Samarinda. So we are not going to, government is not going to do a big port anymore, unless only small port for internal transport, for the logistic wise for this capital city development.
That's interesting.
And Nusantara also have certain part that facing the water, actually.
The water, yes.
So we will create the waterfront city of Nusantara.
Yes, that's important, and that's a
Yes.
necessity for access to the ocean.
Yeah.
And are you also looking at fish and
Yeah, of course, we are talking about ecosystem.
the ecosystem.
It must be well maintained. Once you have a good ecosystem, you can implement the circular economy.
The circular economy,
Yes.
the blue economy,
And a green
the
economy.
green economy.
Yeah.
These are
These
important
are
aspects.
the important aspect to do. The next few years ahead, we are only talking about this kind of importance. If you're not in, you're out.
that's a good saying, I would say.
Yeah.
Now that we are almost at the end of our interview,
Yes.
I would like to have a chance for you to address your community in your language. It would be an honor to listen to your language, because many students are here, 6,000 students, international students, and the community is very large, 21,000 or 20,000. So if you'd like to say a few words in your language, it would be an honor.
Good day, selamat sore teman-teman warga negara Indonesia yang ada di Kanada. Saya Rusmin Lawin, Ketua Komite Pengembangan Ekonomi Regional dari Kadin Pusat dan juga anggota daripada tim kerja untuk Nusantara Ibu Kota Baru, IKN, Ibu Kota Nusantara. Jadi semoga bisa memberikan manfaat dan gambaran yang baik tentang visi daripada Bapak Presiden kita, Pak Joko Widodo, dan juga Kepala Otorita, Pak Bambang Susantono, dan juga Wakil Kepala Pak Doni Rahayu, bahwa kita akan memulai suatu visi yang sangat jauh, sangat challenge menantang, tapi adalah untuk kebaikan kita bersama. Yang kita akan bangun the new Indonesia that we are going to be invest in a green future. Indonesia yang hijau, yang siap untuk melaksanakan circular economy, blue economy, and green economy. Dan kita punya 21.000 WNI yang ada di Kanada, dan 6.000-nya adalah pelajar. Jadi senang kalau misalnya bisa ketemu suatu hari di acara di sini juga, face to face. Tapi suatu kehormatan bagi saya untuk bisa ketemu teman-teman di online GoLive TV. Makanya nanti harus bergabung dengan GoLive TV ini. Terima kasih, salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Thank you.
I didn't understand, but I felt your deep sense and message, and you were saying. Can you just briefly tell us?
I tell it, yes, I'm delighted to be here in the TV. Then hopefully we can meet face to face one day in my next visit. And now we meet through virtually, and also I'm here to give a briefing about what is going to happen to the new Indonesia for the next 25 years. We are going to have a new capital city, green, and we must be proud of it. It's a good job of President Joko Widodo.
Next visit to Toronto, for sure, we'll be able to attend the public lectures by you.
We will have to do that.
Rusmin Loin, and we'll promote your lectures, evidently. And if any of the listeners are interested in getting more information, they can contact us at our email, Souza@saturn.com. They can also call the GoLive TV to get more information. This program will be accessible on social media. We're very honored that you have accepted to be interviewed on my first program on Productive Talks, and I hope we created some interest, some curiosity, and that we have inspired the viewers in order to learn more about Borneo, Nusantara, and orangutans, the insects, the forest, the conservation of the forest, the contribution of the future, a better future for everyone.
Yes.
And now we have a few more minutes, and if you were kind to tell us your last message and what you expect.
Yes, just want to highlight this is once in a lifetime new capital city. Because we are not doing it repeat anymore. Only President Joko Widodo that dare to challenge this issue, because we have been dreaming this new capital city for a long time ago. Only President Joko Widodo dare to take this challenge and make a new vision of Indonesia for new capital city that can be bring less burden to Jakarta. So Jakarta will have a new challenge, new room to grow. And also in terms of economic growth, we are going to be able to spread the economy, because currently the economic activities 60% are in Java, 20% are in Kalimantan. This east part is only get 20%. So we have to go this way, this good direction.
To do a balance.
And we will have new capacity made of Indonesia, because Jakarta is Batavia is created from Dutch, not Indonesian made.
One question.
Philosophically, yeah.
Yeah, one question is with regards to the new capital city, Nusantara. Why Nusantara, and what is going to happen to Jakarta?
Yeah, I was also surprised that President Joko Widodo announced this name Nusantara, because Nusantara's meaning in Indonesia is actually archipelago. It brings back those glorious days when a lot of dynasty like Majapahit, Sriwijaya were very strong that day. So this is Nusantara, the archipelago of Indonesia, and of course Jakarta Jakarta is going to be something like New York, right? If DC is the new capital city, Jakarta will be New York. So it will have more space to grow as a financial center, can be focused, and also entertainment center, I think. So it will bring more economic value to Jakarta, in my perspective. Okay, it's not going to be make Jakarta slower. No, it will grow faster and also make it more prospective.
Is there a danger to Jakarta with regards to the increase of high levels of the ocean?
Of course, because it's not Jakarta. All the coastal cities like New York, Bangkok, is going to be something happen in the next 10 years if we do something really serious on this environment issue, right?
It could be a series of disasters if we do not prepare on time.
Correct. So moving capital is something like one stone hit a lot of birds, right? You save Jakarta, Jakarta will grow, and also you will spread economy of these economic activities to the east side, push more prosperity there. It's something good, right?
Yeah, that's
and globally, it will create another new economic growth center with Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak state, Brunei, and Philippines.
Yeah,
imagine that. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
The vision is there by our president. So it's just not a heroic movement to create a new capital city. It's beyond that, if you understand. That's why I'm here, to explain it.
It's been great to have you here with us.
My honor, Dr. Souza.
And I hope that the viewers find this discussion interesting. We try to analyze many issues, and productive talks means trying to find the right questions in order to avoid future disasters or failures.
Yeah, solution must be there. Solution, yeah.
So we'll be meeting you again.
Yes, I'm honored to be here.
In a few weeks or few months.
In more details discussions. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look then in depth
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
developments that
This
are
is just an introduction,
happening.
yeah.
This is just an introduction. Wow, I am excited to learn more about Nusantara. We will focus on Nusantara, and I will for sure keep in touch with you.
Yes.
And I will follow your activities and your commitment for the success of this great project named Nusantara.
Great, thanks, Dr. Souza.
We'll be seeing you again sometime in the near future with other subjects, such as the new capital of Egypt, the line project in Saudi Arabia, and the development of other important.
We do have 10 New Bali project.
And then we have
10 New Bali, yeah.
This is the New Bali project.
Yes.
When can we go there?
10 New Bali is something like telling you, President Jokowi is telling you that Indonesia is not only Bali. We have Lombok, we have Labuan Bajo, where you can find the giant lizard, right? Can eat you alive. Oh my God. So Bakat Ubi. So next I will explain about this mega project. Yeah.
And that's all. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll be able to be with us next time we have a meeting. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
This is our family.
This is our life.
And we are Leuna.